I'm Megan Kuhn with Powerhouse Real Estate, and today I am going to share a couple of vocabulary terms when it comes to real estate that you might have heard and seen, but you probably don't know what they mean because they're specific to real estate, and unless you've bought and sold a house before, then they can be confusing. So we're going to start with pending and under contract. You might see these on any websites that you're looking at that state if a home is for sale or if it's pending. Or you might have a realtor tell you that home is currently under contract. What this means is that the home was actively marketed. That means active. And then once the home goes under contract, it means that an offer has been written on the home and accepted by the seller. So they're currently working through the process of that offer to get to closing, which means in almost every case that it is not available to write another offer on it unless we choose to do a backup offer, which doesn't always work out, but it's sometimes possible. So that's what pending and under contract mean when you're looking at any real estate site and you see those words. Some other words that you might hear quite often are settlement and closing. Settlement, these are actually two different things, but they kind of mean the same thing. So settlement is the process of sitting down and signing the papers at the end of the transaction. So the loan is completed, we get our clear to close, and we all sit down and we sign the papers. That isn't actually when the deed is transferred over, that's just the process of signing. As we move into the closing process, this is when the deed is then transferred by the title company, all of the money has been moved, and it's been recorded in the new buyer's name. So those are two different things, but essentially they mean the same act, they're just two parts of the process. Another couple of words that get confused quite often are inspection and appraisal. These are quite different, however, they tend to get confused all of the time. So an inspection is just what it sounds like. An inspector is walking into the home and they're checking the property for any damages or concerns that they have for the new buyer moving in. These can be code items. These could also just be safety hazards that are coming up and condition things. So as an inspector walks us through the property, they give a lot of great information, not only on things that need to be fixed right away, but also maintenance items that the buyer can expect to do as they move into the house. An appraisal is actually a very different thing. An appraiser is hired by the lender in most cases to come to the property and give us the value of the home. So they're not actually looking at the condition of the home from an inspection standpoint. They're looking at it from a value standpoint. So based on the current conditions of the home, what do we deem this home to be worth? They're third party, so they're not invested in the sale of the house. So they are certified to give us their opinion on the value of the home, and it becomes the value of the home from the lender's perspective. So those are the difference between inspection and appraisal. Something else that you might have heard that might be confusing is offer and counter offer. So an offer is when a buyer places their offer on a property. So we're presenting as a buyer an offer to the seller, which then is presented to the seller from their agent. And then that seller then has the opportunity to either accept the offer. They could also counter offer, which means they're taking parts of that offer that they don't agree to and changing it, whether it's changing the price, some of the dates. They have all these opportunities to change some of the things and then send that offer back to the buyer, who then has the opportunity to accept or counter offer again. Now, this can go back and forth many times, and of course, at any point, both parties have the option to also reject, which means they're not going to send a counter offer, they're just going to simply say, no thank you, and walk away from the offer. The last one I want to explain is the difference between a real estate broker and a real estate agent or realtor. A real estate agent and a realtor are the same thing. They are licensed in your state to help you buy and sell real estate. Someone can be a real estate agent forever. They never have to go into a broker position. So some of these real estate agents can be very experienced. Some of them are brand new. Now, when we go to a broker, a real estate broker is then a licensed agent that has done extra licensing to become a broker. So you first have to become an agent, then you can become a broker. A broker has the opportunity to own their own real estate company, manage other real estate agents, and act as independent. We don't have to go through a different company. We can work independently. And so that's the difference. A real estate broker can still work as a real estate agent. I'm actually a real estate broker, but I still use my real estate license to help clients buy and sell real estate. But I also use my broker's license to manage other realtors and help them on their journeys as well. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any terms that you've heard and you have no idea what they mean when it comes to real estate, drop them in the comments and I will add them to the next video. My name is Megan Kuhn with Powerhouse Real Estate.